I'm Howard Phillips Lovecraft, and today's question comes to us from Daniel, who notes that in a previous episode I can be seen futzing about with the various books behind me, and he was curious just what these books are. So I thought perhaps this would be a good opportunity to show you what I currently have on my shelf, sort of like a literary version of that Cribs program. Come along, won't you? First off, of course, we have my good friend Donald. Viewers of the program will know that, of course, I'm not legally allowed to say the name of my most infamous creation. But anyway, here's Donald with his charming little chapeau standing atop a few of my collected books. And then we start with the annotated H.P. Lovecraft, which was annotated by a friend of the program, Leslie Klinger. Now, I should note, and perhaps you'll soon realize, that many of the books on this shelf are by individuals who have been on this program or have been on our sister show, Ask Lovecraft After Dark. Or their books have appeared in my doppelganger's rather popular series, P.H. Reads a Thing. Just providing full disclosure. Next up, we have, of course, the complete Tales of Edgar Allan Poe. That's for me. Then we have Anna Kai Tangata, I never know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, by friend of the program, Scott Nicolay. Children of Old Leech, which is put together by my good friend Ross Lockhart, celebrating the works of Laird Barron. Here we have a delightful collection, Love and Other Poisons, by Silvia Marino Garcia. And then, a personal favorite, She Walks in Shadows, a delightful collection of Lovecraftian fiction by all female authors. Next we have Painted Monsters and Other Strange Beasts by Orrin Gray. The Pleasure Merchant by Molly Tanzer, who also wrote Creatures of Will and Timber and Creatures of Want and Ruin. Then we have Beneath by Christy DeMeester, who will be coming up on our Ask Lovecraft After Dark program this Wednesday. Don't forget to miss it. Don't forget to not miss it. Then we have An Ideal Retreat by Michael Griffin, Polymer by Caleb Wilson, Sex and the Donald Mythos by my good friend Bob Deary. And then we have two works by David Nichol, Utopia and Volk. And then the very cheeky I Am Providence by Nick Mamatas. Let's see. We have a few collections here. Donald Roddicker, Swords vs. Donald, Donald Lies Dreaming, Donald Lives. Then Scott R. Jones's When the Stars Are Right, and Resonator, which includes a story by my assistant, Mr. Kessler, along with Weird Book number 32. Good to see he's keeping busy. Finally, of course, we have the role-playing game, The Call of Donald, being kept in check by this delightful piece of art a friend of ours sent in. And that's my shelf. Of course, there are other books and other little jewels and what have you all around, but this is my primary shelf. And if you watch for quite some time, you'll see that it changes. There are books that are added, books that are taken away. It's a living, breathing thing, and that's how bookshelves ought to be. I suppose one could wonder why I simply didn't try to recreate the bookshelf that I lived with during my initial life, and I was tempted to try to track down all those old titles and recreate a bit of my former life, but bookshelves are a living, breathing thing, and when I died, I feel like my old bookshelf died with me. So now that I find myself in this new life, with new shelves to populate, why not find new books with which to do so? And I recommend you look to your own shelf. Think about what it says about you, about what you prioritize, what you wish to display to the world. It's important to have diverse reading, to have amusing reading, to have reading that keeps you up at night. And the bookshelf is the perfect place to keep it nice and straight. As always, I'm Howard Phillips Lovecraft. Thank you.